Look, audit your goals. This is how I'm going to teach you how to reprogram your desires. So what I'm going to teach you today is, number one, how to reprogram your goals. I think it's very important to know how to reprogram your goals. Number two is how to avoid burnout. And finally, I'm going to teach you what you must focus on to get your goals. So the first question we want to ask ourselves, and make sure that you got a pen and that you got some paper to take some notes on, because this is going to be very engaging. Make sure that you're writing down the questions that I ask you. First question is, what do you want? And you need to make sure that you write this down and that you get very, very specific. Like really specific. Second is, when do you want it by? Write it down, get specific. It needs to be an exact day. Third, where do you want to be? Write down where exactly you want to be in that given time. To figure out how you're going to get there. How many blank do we get per day, per month, etc. Figure out what you need to measure. Maybe it's money, maybe it's recruits, maybe it's something else. Make sure that you know how to measure it and how many per day that you need to get, especially the per day measurement. Why do you want this? This is also really important, because if you don't know why, it's very hard to stay inspired. So who other than you is going to benefit from this? Put a circle around why you want it, and put a circle around how much you have to do each day. Okay? Do both of those things. Forget everything else. Everything else is not important, okay? Not important at all. You cannot control when the flowers bloom. But what can you control? You can control when you water the flowers and when you plant them. So just be in control of what you can control. The rest of it, you leave up to God. So guys, I'm going to focus on this. That way you don't have to. So what you focus on is exactly what you feel. You need to make sure that you ask yourself if what you're focusing on is the path to the result, or if it's just the result. Because the path is going to get us to the result. Just focusing on the result is merely dreaming. So the end goal, you don't want to focus on that. Instead, you want to focus on actions and habits. Once you get those two down and you get them consistently every single day, it's the daily actions that make a difference. Do the actions and just completely forget about the results. So what exactly do you need to do every single day in order to hit your goal? And write that down. Guys, as soon as I did this, and I discovered this by accident, it was complete accident. I was in a competition for work, and I set a goal, and I achieved the goal within 7 days, which was like half of the competition. And I realized the reason that I achieved it so quickly was because I focused on the habits and the actions necessary to get the result, and I didn't even really think about the result. I was only focusing on the actions and the habits. I ended up selling $27,000 during that competition, and my goal was to sell $10,000 at the start of the competition. I did this by following this exact blueprint that I'm giving y'all. Just do the actions and completely forget about the result. Trust me, this is going to help you so much. It's going to take a lot of stress off of you, and you're going to change so fast, you won't even notice. So like I said, focus on the actions and the habits, and focus on those daily ones especially.